Okay, Year 5, this week we're going to be doing equivalent fractions, okay? This is just needing to follow some simple steps. So when you get a question, you should have it laid out like this. You'll have one whole fraction equal to, and then you'll have a number either at the top or at the bottom, okay? Now, you need to first of all draw arrows pointing to the missing number. So for this case, the missing number is the numerator here. So we're going to draw arrows going from the number we know, which is the 1, to the missing number. It doesn't go diagonal. Let's not fall for that one. You then need to draw an arrow going in that same direction at the bottom. Okay, that's the first thing you need to remember to do. So first thing, arrows. Then you need to work out what you need to do. So look at the two numbers that we know. So we're starting at 2 and we're going to 4. What do we need to do to 2 to get to 4? Remember, for fractions we only use timesing or dividing. To go from 2 to 4, we'll times it by 2. Whatever we do to the bottom, you have to do to the top. Then we just follow the arrows. 1 times by 2 must be 2. So 1/2 is equal to 2/4. So that's your first example. We'll go through another one as well. Okay, so for our next question, we're going to do sum 8ths is equal to 3/24. So remember, the first step you need to do is draw your arrow to your missing number. So for this case, our missing number is here. So let's draw our arrow from our 3 to our missing number and then copy the arrow at the bottom. So they're exactly the same. We're looking at our two numbers that we know. So have a think, what do we need to do to go from 24 to 8? Are we going to be timesing or are we going to be dividing? Now, as we're going from a bigger number to a smaller number, we're going to be dividing. What are we going to have to divide it by? Thinking about your 8 times tables, it's going to be 3. Whatever you do to the bottom, you also have to do to the top. What is 3 divided by 3? That's going to be 1. So 3/24 is equal to 1/8. We're going to give you one more question that you're going to work through at home, and then we're going to talk through it together. Okay, Year 5, so the question I want you to work through by yourselves is 4/5 is equal to 40 what? So remember the rules, draw the arrows first, think about if you're having to times or divide and what by, and then you should find this quite easy. So give it a go and we'll go through it in just a moment. Okay, Year 5, so let's see how you get on with that. So our first step is to draw our arrows to our missing number. So our missing number is a denominator here. So we're going to draw the arrow from the 5 to the missing number and copy it from the 4 to the 40. The two numbers that we know are 4 going to 40. As it's going from a smaller number to a bigger number, we must be timesing. To go from 4 to 40, we're going to be timesing it by 10. Whatever we do to the top, we're going to do to the bottom. What is 5 times by 10? Super easy. It is 50. And that's how you do equivalent fractions. I'll see you again next week to see how we use this for adding and subtracting fractions.